Hey guys, something's just not adding up for me about Charlie Kirk's assassination, and some of these questions might be shocking to you. But first, I want to tell you, as a Turning Point ambassador, I feel called to share my thoughts about Charlie Kirk's death, not as a pundit or politician, but as somebody who has walked with the TPUSA mission, and I saw how Charlie's voice impacted millions. What struck me most about his funeral is that you heard more about the gospel there than you do in many churches today. It was bold and unapologetic truth about Jesus. I believe this is spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6:12 says, we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities, the rulers of the darkness of this world. That's what this is. And Charlie targeted young people for a reason. He wanted them to be a shining light in such a dark place. So let's look at the current narrative. They say that there was a shooter on the roof, but too many people have already debunked that. I'm sure you've seen the videos. How could somebody disassemble a rifle, leave the very tool behind on the roof that he needed to reassemble it or to disassemble it, and then put it in his backpack or down his pants or in his hand, jump off a roof, run into the woods, find a blanket, reassemble the rifle, wrap it up, and then text his roommate, lover, whatever, with words that sounded more like they came from somebody my age, all while supposedly running for his life? It just doesn't make sense. And I think it's good to ask questions. Charlie spent his life asking questions, debating people, not settling for easy answers. And I've reached out to several TPOSA ambassadors, and nobody else wants to dive deeper. So I think, to honor Charlie, I want to. I hope you will too. Some things just don't add up. Like, why did they take the tent down so quickly? And there was a camera behind Charlie. Why was that moved? You know, it's important for us to ask questions, and so many of us have been traumatized by this. It's the shot that rang out around the world. And at the funeral, we didn't go to the funeral. Ted and I didn't go to the funeral. But we were mourning, crying. This is an emotional time for everyone. This was like Mike Tyson sucker punched us. This was a good guy. Charlie was a good guy. He believed in God, family, and country. Looking at the big picture, millions of people all over the world are now taking Charlie's place. That's the big picture. That's what he would have wanted. And at the funeral, or even after his death, you didn't hear about any riots, right? Just love and forgiveness. And Erica Kirk said she forgave. That's what we should do too. That's what Jesus would have wanted. That's what Charlie would have wanted. So where does this leave us? Because as tragic as Charlie's death is, people are waking up. People are wanting to crack open a Bible, wanting to learn more about Jesus. What does a relationship with Jesus really mean? Who is this Charlie Kirk guy if they never knew? Out of death comes life. Out of sorrow comes awakening. So let's do what Charlie did. Let's ask questions. Let's be unashamed. Let's forgive, even when it's hard. And let's speak about our faith. That's what I'm doing. I feel like this is God's work, talking about our faith, engaging debate, and helping people along the way, because that's what we have to do as well. There's a lot more going on, and right now, I don't think silence is an option. Charlie would want us to carry that torch, and that's what I want to do, and that's what I want to encourage you to do. Be bold and brave, be an Esther, because The best is yet to come.